Okay, I want to record this program. My name is Dr. Sazeo Baseki Oserenge. So we are officially starting this program, and I'm opening the floor for you to make your comments, make your recommendation. Let us know what you think about this program, your expectations, what you want to achieve during this course, and how you hope to achieve that.
All right. I hope I'm being heard.
Yeah.
Good evening, House.
Good evening, Mr.
Silvanus Victor Amarachukwu is my name.
Yes, go ahead.
I sincerely want to thank you for this opportunity. In 1991, I run a restaurant in Madola. When I came to Abuja newly, I couldn't succeed because I hadn't this knowledge. The knowledge I have now has empowered me to know that there are things that should put on ground, and there are knowledges that anyone who wants to work in hotels should have. Organization, coordination, supervision, and enforcement. These are the things I have learned. And to be sincere, just a few days ago, I made application to a hotel in Abuja here, and I'm hoping that when I'm hired, the knowledge I've gotten from Plage will be able to boost me into doing better in that place. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Silvanus Victor. I will also advise that you walk into our office. Let's have a one-on-one. And you know, sometimes too, links and connection matters a lot. Every business have their circle. And in the hotel business, there's a circle of friends, colleagues, professional colleagues, former professional colleagues. So one way or the other, our path may cross and we say, oh, I know this person. Okay. So it makes it even easier and smoother for you. So it's not just only the knowledge you are gaining, the association, the networking that you just engender is also going to serve as a positive point for you joining this program. So next time, just walk into our office. Just come to ShopRite Zone 5, number ShopRite Zone 5. If you're in Abuja, you should know ShopRite Zone 5, second floor, 201 A1. So I will be very happy to see you in our office, Mr. Victor. Thank you. Okay. Who is the next person we want to hear, want to talk to? I'm sure from Mr. Victor's comment, I'm sure you agree with me that he has really benefited a lot. Yes, Lawal Gideon. Lawal Gideon, you can unmute yourself, please. Lawal Gideon, please unmute yourself. Okay. I don't think you are ready to talk now. Lawal Gideon, are you there?
I want to appreciate
okay, I think the network is not too okay where you are.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the facilitators of. I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Lawal, I think you can just send us a message and we'll read it out for you. And the audio from your end doesn't seem to be okay. Thank you very much. I can just tell exactly what you are trying to say from the little I could glean from what you just said. Okay, let's move ahead. Jonathan Gideon.
Good evening, House.
Good evening.
I count it a privilege to be part of this session. We really learn a lot.
Your voice is very clear. Are you in Nassau Rock, where there's good network?
No, really, sir. No. Seriously, we have learned a lot. One of the best things that took my attention is organizational structure and the standard of the structure, that is the hotel, and how you can run it, and on departmental participation and teamwork. Because in any organization, if there is no teamwork, no supervision, no adequate monitoring, I don't think you are going to succeed. And one thing that even took my attention most precisely is of the lesson of yesterday. Every country has their own way of standard of running a hotel, which is part of the things, at least, which we have saw in the lectures yesterday. There are some countries, they have market based on their arrangement, that is tourism and other things, which in Nigeria, we are left behind, seriously. We paid money to go for pilgrimages and other places to pay each money, which we have it in abundance, but we cannot use the knowledge and the idea, or to give opportunity to people that have the vision to run it, which seriously will be an opportunity for us. After this training, we'll put the lesson into practice. Thank you very much for honoring us and giving us the privilege, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan Gideon. Good to hear from you.
Thank you, sir.
And your own side of the good story. Thank you. Please, I can see lots of comments that the audio is poor. People can't hear me clearly. If you can hear me, just type yes, please. So a lot of persons are saying yes. So it means probably it's from your end, from your end. So, okay, don't worry. It will improve, and we are recording this for you. Don't worry. Jerry, you spelled your name as Jeree, Jerry.
Hello.
Yeah, good day.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ambotu. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, that's Jeremiah.
Oh, good.
Okay, so first of all, I really want to appreciate Plage and the team for this rare opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. It's not every day that you get this kind of platform, for you to learn new things, and then for you to be able to get, inculcated into, a system that, first of all, can employ you, and then also can allow you to employ other people as well. It's a laudable platform. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry. See, your statement was very, very professional and straight to the point. And we appreciate your invitation too. You see, the hotel business is one business that is as old as man himself. For those of us that are Christians,
that's right.
If you remember,
that's right.
When Jesus Christ, when they took him for census, something like that. You remember they stayed in what they call it inn.
Yes.
Where they lodged. So I also remember that I went to Lagos some few years ago, and I was taken to a place, and I said, well, this is not a place I actually want, this kind of place I want. But I had to investigate because I noticed something. There was this woman, she paid for a 3-bedroom flat, and in each room she had like 4 beds, small beds, 6 by 6 beds, 6 inches or whatever. Then you just sleep for the night, take your bath, go to where you are going to, come back in the evening, pay for that day, and that's all. You do your police check, check your ID card, you sleep, and you go. You don't bring your partners or anything. Just sleep and go. And the woman is making so much money. In Japan, they have, I've forgotten the name, they also have this kind of arrangement where for busy areas like in Abuja, for those of you in Abuja, Lagos, I don't know Lagos very well. I know maybe places like Ikeja, or where you have all those big marina, where you have those big companies that are always loaded with people in the daytime. Then in the evening, people are struggling to go back home. In Japan, they have environments like that, business centers like that. What they just do is that they just build a kind of house, round, small cubicles. You just go in with your clothes, sleep for the night, shower if you want, come back, shower somewhere in a public shower within the same building. You pay for that night and you leave. I remember there was somewhere like that in Abuja, close to opposite new CBN, in Women Development Center or Women Center, something like that. I don't know if it's still existing. You just have a very tiny room to yourself, pay for the night and you leave. So I'm just telling you at the lowest point, how far you can go with making money from the hotel. Then before we start talking about 5-star. So at every point in time, there is something good coming out of the hotel. You have quality staff being thrown out of the hotel, you have suppliers, you have managers, you have staff, and all that. And for you to be the hotel manager, you really need to be able to all these different sectors, including engineers, maintenance officers, drivers, gardeners.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's true.
Failure to coordinate any of this set of persons will negatively affect you. Imagine if people come into your hotel and there are grasses everywhere, looking as if the place is abandoned. It's a turn off in the first place. Yes, the person is a gardener,
yes,
but it's as important as any other person in the hotel. Okay, I can see so many hands to raise. Somebody is raising a hand instead of, okay, Vivo 2015. Over to you, ladies, so that we balance it, balance the gender equation. Ladies, please. You can unmute yourself, Vivo. Vivo, just click on the button and unmute yourself. Vivo, are you there? Click on the button and unmute yourself.
I've done that.
Okay, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Janet Edwin Brandon.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, although I joined the group yesterday and today making it my second time. Yeah, you know, when a friend of mine introduced me to this group, I was like, wow, I studied hospitality and tourism management. And in the world of today, you know, when see people work in a hotel, they don't want to pay them well because they're like, oh, you're too big for this job, or you're more advanced to this job, and they don't want to give you any space at all. Rather, they want to employ people that don't even know anything about hotel management and the rest. So I really, really, like, I'm so super happy for this opportunity, and I want to say thank you to the organizers and everyone. And I just hope this group is going to give us opportunity to work in good places and yeah, to visit so many places and the rest. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivo. I can see life, I can see optimism, I can see brightness in everything you are saying and doing. And that is the spirit. It means everything is going to be good in front of you. Thank you very much for your commendation and your spirit of liveliness. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to call on 3 persons more, and we'll call on our speaker, Mr. Napoleon, and we're also expecting Mr. Charles Akodi to also join us here and add his voice to the program this evening. Yeah. And Mr. Aminu Ibrahim, are you sure you want to tell us something? Because I just saw your hand coming up late. Mr. Aminu Ibrahim, are you there? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm back. Sorry for the. I will read messages that have been sent here. That after taking calls, taking messages from one or two persons here. I see three persons. So, Mr. Aminu Ibrahim, over to you. You've lowered your hand. So, should I pass you over and talk to somebody else?
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I can see so many hands up, so I wanted to allow other people to contribute. Yes, sir. But I just have to say one or two things in a very short sentence. We really appreciate what you have been doing for us. We have really, really, really been enjoying the program, and then may God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much. Okay. Patience Dakat. I can tell that this name is from Plateau. Patience Dakat. Am I right?
Yeah, good evening. I'm from Plateau State.
Oh, I got it right.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
It's a pleasure to be in this field. I'm so happy and excited.
Thank
and
you.
I want to appreciate you for the knowledge and wisdom and the information that you are bringing to our table.
Thank you.
I do have issue. I'm a chef.
Oh, good.
But I do have. I'm a chef, and I'm also a estate marketer, also into properties.
That's good.
So I do have problem with hotel. So many hotel management now, they will employ you, but they don't pay good salary. They find it difficult to pay workers good, nicely. And I usually have problem with that very well. So it do discourage me and it weigh me down. So I don't, if you talk about hotel, it's like I'm just wasting my time. So at the time I fed up, I dropped the field. So when a friend just invited me to the group, I just tell I'm interested, but I'm a kind of discouraged with it. But I'm so impressed with the little one I heard from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Dakar. First of all, I must tell you that it is like that everywhere. When I did my NYC in Akure, I served in a very big hotel, over 100 and something rooms, almost 100 rooms. When I was there, for those of you that know Ondo State, I enjoyed it. And coincidentally, my first job ever in my life was in a hotel too. And also coincidentally, I ran into the management staff that managed Owena Hotel when I did my NYC in Abuja, and I joined them again to work. So, but just like you said, the salary is not always something to write home about. But you see, there's this happiness that makes you, that you feel you have when you work in a hotel, making people happy, solving people's problem, and seeing that, yes, people are feeling comfortable. They feel very happy meeting you when you're on duty. It's nice. And like you, chef, chef in the hotel is always loved by, they're always loved by everybody, because most times people can always meet you, whether you are doing night duty or so. When you meet the chef, you'll know what I mean. means we are going to eat very well for that day. So the chef is always a friend to everybody, unlike the accountant in the hotel. So, but I want to quickly say something here, that this is a bit out of what we are discussing. As a chef, try and study digital marketing. When you study digital marketing, this is my advice to you. Go back to what you know how to do as a chef. Then start preparing just soup. Don't do any other thing, soup. Get a deep freezer, prepare soup, and start advertising, and people will be placing order for your soup. You don't really need to work for anybody. And in the next 6 months, you'll be thinking of your billions. Go and try it. You don't need to work for anybody. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay.
I'm blessed for the day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
2 more persons. Joshua Ogeneyerowo. I tried, yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everyone in the house.
Good evening,
sir, Mr. Facilitator.
Thank you.
I'm very, very, very much grateful and blessed to be part of this training, right from bakery and restaurant management to this very day. I have enjoyed a whole lot.
Thank you.
You know, I'm a chef by profession, and I have worked in several hotels. Though actually talking about the salary, you can't really enjoy it. But my passion for my job has always kept me, you know, in the business. You know, seeing that people enjoy what I prepare, you know, good reports, and some who are not comfortable, you know, making their, minds known and being corrected. It gives me a lot of joy that, you know, I'm communicating, meeting people. And also, like yesterday, I've also learned a very great, you know, lesson yesterday. Usually, I always thought that hospitality and hotel management, they're all the same thing. Until I got to understand that there is a very big, wide difference between the two. You know, I get to understand that there's this, self-owned restaurant or hotel business. And I've happened to work in a place like that before. That, you know, the owner is always up and down, getting on everybody. I was like, what kind of place is this? On this lesson, I get to realize, oh, so this thing I was passing through then, it's as a result of this kind of business. This is a self-owned family business. So they don't really have any organizational structure. It is the way I want it, it has to be done. So in fact, I'm very, very blessed. I enjoy it a lot, and God will bless you so much for, giving us opportunity to learn more. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Joshua. Coincidentally, you are my namesake too. Yes, good to hear from you. Yeah. Okay, one more person. I'll read messages here, then we'll call on Mr. Napoleon and to introduce himself before we start bombarding with some of our questions or whatever. Then also call on Charles Akodi to also support him in this program. Santa Lucy. Okay, is that your name? Santa Lucy. Okay, you can mute yourself and talk now.
Okay. Good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, actually, this is Sister Matilda. Actually, my phone, I couldn't connect, so I have to use my sister's own.
Okay.
Yes, I am so happy though, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity given to us.
Thank you.
Actually, I started since the day before yesterday to join the program when my sister introduced it to me. Okay. And I have followed the program, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really want to appreciate you.
Thank you
for all this put together.
Thank you.
My own now is actually I'm working here in Lagos. I'm in Lagos, working in a hospitality center owned by the Sisters of the Eucharistic Heart of Jesus. Now, what I want to really say is all these people talking about salary being small. I don't know. Do you really even find out how much that comes into the place before you talk about salary? It's like it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So maybe I would just really encourage, like what you said, if they can do this advertisement on doing self-help projects by cooking soup and advertising it, it could as well help. Because managing a hotel is not really easy. You may be seeing the money coming in and you think that is because the money is coming in now, it should really be used the way it's coming, maybe to pay salary or what. But when you think about the expenditure, you will know that really whatever money that is being given to you, like my brother who was in the was in name spoke now, it is the joy of the work you are doing, not really the salary. Because really, when you look at the salary, it is small. But when you think about what people spend, those who own the hotel or the hospitality center spend, you will really know that yes, whatever they are paying you, no matter how little that thing is the joy that you derive from the work. Like I said, I'm managing a place owned by the sisters. I know what I'm passing through. I have 20-something workers under me. Now, in a month, I buy diesel 15-point-something million. Then you buy NEPA, you pay for NEPA be 3-point-something million. And in a month, you don't even get up to 3 million or 5 million. So how do you compensate debt that comes into that business? People may be coming into lodge because in our hospitality center here, we have up to 100 and something rooms, but those rooms are not being used always. It depends on how people flow in and out into the organization. I don't know if you understand me. So when you see people coming now, you'll be thinking, okay, the money is there because maybe for those who are cashier, they may be seeing the pay coming in, but do you know how the money is being spent? It's very, very important to really look into things. But anyway, they will surely complain of maybe the salary being small. It is general everywhere. But when you also look down into what goes out for those who are in charge of that, maybe when each and every one of us own our own hotels or our own hospitality center, we will know what it's really all about. I don't know if we are together. So it's very, very important. Let's not just talk about the salary because it is general. Because when you look at what the people who own the hotel or the hospitality center spend in terms of maintenance, you will know that whatever pay that is being paid to you, because anyway, it depends on where they are working. And we base us on qualification before paying our workers. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us look into it. Don't just look at the money that is flowing in. Also think about what the organization spend in maintaining the place. It is very, very important. And that will help us expose ourselves to work more better. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Your voice is cracking already. We so much appreciate you. In fact, the good thing about your speech is that you spoke from a different angle, the angle of management. Yes. And it is making the whole situation to be balanced. Yes, I want more salary. Somebody just resigns from my department and they are refusing to replace the person, but your manager is happy that the person resigned and you are doing the job of the person that resigned. So it means I don't need to employ any other person and I can save the salary of the person and use it for something else. So these things are just left and right. And very soon, some of us are going to be managers. And you start feeling the other side. Very soon, some of us are going to own hotel and say, wow, okay, is this what my boss was facing? But ladies and gentlemen, it's all good news, left and right. It depends on how you take it. Thank you very much as we proceed. I want to read a few messages here and I'll call on Mr. Napoleon and Charles according. Okay. Kindly send the audio recording to the group. I surely will do. Xiomi 221, well, I don't know, that's not a name. Precious Bonnet. For those who can't hear him, click on audio. Thank you for that support. Ayeni Adegboyega. If you can't hear, okay. Banjoko Gabriel said it's from Nasarawa. That's good. Thanks, I can hear you clearly now. Good. Want to talk, please? Oh, Rita. Maybe after our speakers finish talking, you have something to say. We'll give you a chance to say something if there's enough time. Please pardon us. Okay. I am Ogre Oluwatoyin Gwendolyn, Ogun State Chief Magistrate. Glad to be learning here again. Thank you very much, Oluwatoyin. I like that name, Gwendolyn. Insikak Edet. Good evening, everybody. I appreciate the organizers of this learning platform. Thank you, Akbar. William Emore. William Emore is not hearing what you have been saying. Oh, don't worry, you get a recorded version soon. Yes. Toby Bolaji, good evening. We are here to receive the Monday lessons for those that don't join. Okay, don't worry, we'll do that. Just remain in the classroom. We'll do that. We'll try our best to do that tomorrow for you, please. Pardon us. We have so much on our hands now. I'm so happy for this opportunity. It's a great eye-opener. Babalola Sikiro, thank you. This is a long one. Toyin Ose, to everybody. My name is Toyin Ose. This program has given me a quality perspective on hotel management. I was open to the role of an hotel manager, hotel management, and what will help with the day-to-day running of any hotel. Also, the hotel ratings mechanism for different hotel countries. I inherited a hotel from my late parents, but I converted it to a residential apartment because I know nothing about running an hotel. If I know what I know now, I would have been a successful hotel manager today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Tony. It's never too late. Now you know. Any other opportunity that comes your way, please strike it hard and hot. Abu Priscilla, Mr. Charles of Beno Hotel. Yes. Mr. Charles, that's Mr. Charles Akodi. I hope the recording will be made available. Sure, Amaka will do that. Oh, I can just see that I can't go on and on reading because I've seen about 80-something messages. I have to stop here. Okay, Mr. Napoleon, welcome to this program. Kindly just tell us a bit about yourself. Just introduce yourself, please, Mr. Napoleon. You can unmute yourself. Mr. Napoleon, are you there? I think we've lost him again. Okay, let's, Sir Charles Akodi. Lion Charles Akodi. Mr. Charles, are you there? Sir Charles, can you hear me? Okay, over to you, Charles Akodi. Just introduce yourself, please.
Hello. Sorry, good evening. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, sorry, my phone was acting up. I just get it rectified now.
Okay. Just introduce yourself.
By introduction, my name is Lion Akodi Charles JP. I'm into hospitality management, and I'm happy to be invited by my close friend and a boss into this program tonight. Actually, I'm based in Makurdi, Benue State.
That's good.
I think I'm introduction.
That's good. Your connection seems to be, your voice seems to be cracking. I mean, it's the network from your end, but hopefully we work with it and just hope it will improve with time. Let me check if Mr. Napoleon is now available.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Are you through with your introduction?
Thank you.
Introduction?
Yes.
Okay.
My introduction is long, but I think this one.
Okay. It's cracking, actually. We'll come back to you, Mr. Charles. Just stand by. Napoleon, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you live and clear.
Oh, great. I hope they just, I didn't want to go and put on the gen. They just took light now. So my background is a little bit dark.
Okay.
But at least they can see me.
Yes, please just introduce yourself briefly.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Napoleon Mamman. I'm speaking from Kaduna. Doctor is my very good friend, and we've come a long way. I really appreciate what he's doing. I wish I was in the class yesterday, but I know I missed so much. But all the same, let's share what we can share today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Napoleon. Mr. Napoleon is an encyclopedia of knowledge in the hotel business, just like Mr. Charles Akodi. Particularly when you want to talk about accounting in the hotel, you can count on Mr. Charles Akodi. And coincidentally, Mr. Charles Akodi was my classmate in the secondary school. So we are talking about several years back. And Napoleon too was my, in fact, Napoleon was my boss when I started working with Mr.
Yeah, boss in my cable.
Yeah, was my boss. And you see, it's good when you work with people that have pedigree and know their onions. You retain their friendship and relationship over the years, and that's what we are doing here, physically. Okay, now Mr. Napoleon will be taking a few questions because we've eaten deep into our time. I have a lot of hands raised up here, and I will lower these hands, and the next set of hands that will come up very likely will be hands that want to ask questions. So please, Vivo, I'm going to lower your hand. Akilo Suntu, I'll lower your hand. Elizabeth Harrison, I'll lower your hand. Please pardon me if I lower your hand. We are going to spend time together when the association starts. As Pioneer members, we are all going to be together. So just relax. We'll be having meetings like this from time to time. Okay. Please just off your mic, mute your mic if you are not speaking or one of the speakers so that we can flow. I'm trying to lower everybody's hands. Please don't raise your hand so that we know who is speaking. We have just less than 30 minutes to spend here and we'll be out of this place. And don't worry, we are recording everything for you. Please don't raise your hand, please. Please don't raise your hand until we ask you to do so. Please, so that we can make progress. Okay, if you have any question to ask, please feel free to ask. Now, just raise your hand and I will call you to ask your question. And make your question very brief, straight to the point, 1 minute. Gideon Olusoyan, what's your question, please?
All right, so good evening, House. Good evening, everybody. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for this. I came in late yesterday to the class that I joined. Okay, in my hotel, I'm from Ibadan.
Okay.
Yeah, so in my hotel, I'm a supervisor in my hotel. And lately, we've been having issues, or I would say the acting manager in my hotel. We've been having issues lately on sales. So I just want to throw a question. Is it because of the election, or when you have issues on sales like that, okay, what are the things one is supposed to do to actually help in bringing in more sales?
Thank you. Mr. Napoleon.
That's one question.
Okay.
And again, yeah, and again, secondly, how do you try and managing most of your, like the people working under you, how do you try to manage it? Especially most people, they are trying to prove stubborn when you're talking to most people at some particular time, and they just want to prove, like, who are you to talk to them? Some, they are very older than me, you get, and some I look very young to them, so they always look like, who is this person to direct us, who is this person? And mine is just do your job and do it neatly and do it well done, so that it won't affect anything whatsoever coming in. So how do I really try to address those people? Because it's like a thorn on my flesh.
Thank you very much. Mr. Napoleon,
thank you, sir.
He just posed 2 questions, and I want to believe you heard him right. So you can respond to that, Mr. Napoleon.
Can you hear me now, please, everyone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Gideon, if I heard your question very well, you are talking about you're talking about making sales. And the second one, you're talking about managing your workforce, especially people that are stubborn or people that seem to be in the system before you and are trying to prove stubborn or something like that. But first, let's look at the interface of making sales. Now, in the past, in Nigeria, you know, the hospitality industry evolved from Lagos, where you have a Lagos Hotel, Eco Hotel, and the rest of them. But the proliferation of the industry has brought about the issue of creating events that will generate higher turnover. And recall that investors, when they invest in the hospitality business in the past, it was more or less like there is longevity in mind. But today, investors are desperate. Are you following me?
Go ahead. Yeah. We can hear you. Mr. Napoleon, we are with you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Investors are desperate.
It's cracking. It's cracking. Okay, I think the network is not friendly from Napoleon's
end. Yeah, they want to recall their money in 5 years. But you see,
okay, I think we might have to pause Mr. Napoleon there because I think he has been disconnected too. I think the problem is his network from his end. Okay, Mr. Charles Akodi, you might want to say something about Mr. Gideon's question. Mr. Charles Akodi. Okay, Napoleon is back. Mr. Napoleon, are you back? Mr. Napoleon. Okay, Mr. Charles, you can just say something about Charles Akodi too. Are you here? It's like you're not here too. Okay, Lion Charles, please, can you just respond to that if you have something to say?
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Hospitality products, marketing of hospitality products, is what most managers do not engage in. One, you have to know what are the products that you market that are called hospitality products. And two, you have to study the patterns of your guests and your environment. Is your environment the type that is a holiday environment that people come for holiday, or your environment is where people just come strictly to do business with the government and move on? Vis-a-vis this, when you discover the type of environment you have, then you have to package your product the way that you can market it for effective benefits. One, you have to look at your discount policy. Like in Makurdi, where I have been for a while, I do tell most of the managers when I consult for them or hotel owners that you don't need to give discount during weekends, because weekend is when people troop into Makurdi. So you can give discount during weekdays and say, okay, you're giving discount for Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, because that's where people check out and go back to Abuja, to Enugu, to Lagos or whatever. So why do you give discount when people are coming to have enough room to give? So when you know about the movement of the environment you're operating in, it becomes more easier to have a policy on your discount. That's number one. Number two, why is it that they're not turning up? It's possible that there are things that you are beginning to do that is not going down well with your guests. So you have to retrain and retrain your staff. What you do yesterday is no longer tenable today. So you yourself have to engage in self-development and training so that you'll be able to train your workforce. For instance, a guest that stay in your room and complain about probably dirty bedsheet or dirty towel, and for over 2 days, 3 days, you're not making an attempt to change that. That guest will not come back again. So you first of all, you have to look inward and see what is it that you are doing wrongly that people are no longer coming. So after you have x-rayed that, then you'll be able to know the next line of action you will take. Then you will engage on marketing. Now you have to do more publicity. The more you talk to people about it. And incidentally, I'm happy that the chief host of this program has introduced what we call digital marketing. A good hotel manager now that doesn't involve in digital marketing is no longer a manager. Gone are those days that a hotel manager is just sit and wear suit and direct staff. No, you have to be in the field, you have to be there. And the field now is in social media. Have you placed yourself in social media? Have you repositioned yourself? So you should be able to engage the social media handles to market your product too. And when you market your product and get customer come, you should be able to have a way of retaining them, paying attention to little details. That's where most managers fail. They ignore that aspect of it. And definitely, if you do that, you'll be able to have a good turnout. That is that on marketing. I don't know if I can speak sharply on how to control your staff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. One, I don't normally tell people when they go for mentorship that authority is given and power is acquired. That paper is given to you as a hotel manager or as a general manager or as the head or as a supervisor is the authority. You have to acquire the power that goes with it to run that office effectively. Now, most hotels that we go for consultation, they don't have what we call a condition of service. You have to have one. What is the policy of refusal to obey a reasonable order in your staff handbook that you have already issued out for your staff? It's not just even enough. During orientation, when you are having a new intake, you need to train them on the handbook, what it contains, the message that's passing through, and how to navigate it. So if I am a general manager, and I have a handbook that I issued to my staff that said that a refusal to obey reasonable order is a summary dismissal. Why don't I go back to the human resource and ensure that that staff that refused to take a reasonable order is sacked? When you do one, you do two, other will sit up. But when they look at you that you always shout like a dog that cannot bark, then there's no way you can control it. Number two, as a manager, you have to live by example. I the time that come to work by 12 and wear suit and put your hands at your back and begin to shout orders, or you are the one that is there from the beginning when staff are resuming to monitor who and who has come. Are the one that tells staff don't sleep on duty and you go to sleep on duty? Or are you the one that tells staff don't go and drink beer in the bar and you go there and drink beer in the bar? If you do that, how do you expect them to respect you? Or are you the one that you tell the barman that when he sells 2 bottles, he should give you money for 1? Tomorrow, when he sells 3 and pocket money for 1 and he refuses to give you the other 1, how will you be able to have control over him? So that's what we call leading by example. As a manager, you have to lead by example. When you do this, it becomes more easier for you to give out instructions to your staff, and they will be able to follow it. Instruction giving out is not an end to itself. First of all, communicate the need for that instructions to them. That's why training is 360, 365 in hospitality. You train that in one department, the other from time to time. Now, there's what we call a checklist. Every department has checklist, either front office, housekeeping, laundry, security, duty man, even a duty manager in the hospitality industry has a checklist. Now, this checklist is to abreast every staff with your do's and the don'ts while you are on duty, and even your personal appearance, including your hygiene. So when you communicate this to them, and when you are now doing your OCL, you are administering the checklist to them on a daily basis, they will see the need why the instruction you are giving to them is important. Finally, before I round off, let me state here that most managers or most hotel workers do not know that the reason why that hotel is in existence is customer in the first place. The customer, you are not doing them any favor. They are giving you an opportunity to serve them because there are more than 1 million hotels that offer the same services that you offer. Accommodation, conference facilities, F&B products, your pool, your gym, and the rest of them. Every hotel has it, but what they do not have is your personal touch. And that is what they come to buy. They do not come to buy room. They do not come to buy food because they can walk across the road and buy that food more than 10 times. But what they cannot buy is that your personal touch, the human touch, the added value, the going extra mile to attend to your customers' needs. Until you are able to have it yourself and teach it to your workers and make sure that your work lives by it, it will be difficult for you to retain your guests. Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Dr. Chief, my boss. I call you my boss. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Charles Akodi. In fact, I was just hoping that when you finish, I will just chip in 1 or 2 things. But by the time you finish, I discover you said it all. Nothing else to add. That's just it. In fact, social media is the new part of marketing that I was going to talk about that you've already mentioned it. So I think it's a 360-degree thing you've just done about solving Mr. Gideon's problem. Right now, I can see his hand is down, so it means his question has been answered. A lot of hands have come down, which means that most of the questions here must have been answered. That's why their hands are down. Okay. Galaxy Z Fold 3, Z Fold 5G. Well, okay. Over to you. Are you in a radio studio or TV, whatever? Over to you. You can unmute yourself, Galaxy.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My name is Pastor Samson.
Okay.
And I just have 1 or 2 questions to ask. We talked about the 5 stars and 7 stars hotels in the world, but with the scripts of the lesson, we find out that none of those 7 stars hotels were officially accredited by the councils, the various councils, even the one in Dubai and the one in Italy. So I don't know, is there any official 7-star hotel that is officially recognized in the world as a 7-star hotel? That is my number 1 question. Then number 2 is not a question, it's something I want to say. Maybe after the lesson, I want to take permission if I can come over to your office for us to sit down and discuss, because I am building an hotel and I hope to finish very soon. Then presently, my friend is having about 80 rooms hotel. We've been trying to look for consultants to run that hotel in Delta State. So I just want to ask permission after the classes, since your office is very close to my office in Wuse Zone 5. So I'll be able to come around for us to discuss on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I don't know your name, but I'll just put Galaxy there because that's what I'm saying.
My name is Pastor Samson.
Samson, oh, good. Pastor Samson, that's good. Well, I think Mr. Napoleon, is Mr. Napoleon around? Are you available right now? Okay. Mr. Napoleon, would you like to respond to Mr. Samson, Pastor Samson?
Yes. Talking about what the issue he raised concerning reputable consultants to help start up the business when the project is completed. You see, it's a very good idea. One of the things I discover is that, most people venture into an undeveloped terrain, especially the hospitality industry, without having a first-hand consultancy idea, from a professional that will really guide you. Because the hotel industry, namely people and environment. I think the other speaker just mentioned something related to that, and that is the ideal thing. Apart from having the environment, you need the people. Apart from having the people, you need the service. Apart from having the service, you need the product. So when one of these is missing, definitely you're going to run into trouble. And I believe that any seasoned consultant, you know, that you get should be able to have these 4 dimensions in place to help you pull through both pre-opening, opening, and then the continuum of your business. So basically, these are the things. And the hospitality industry is such that, you know, it's a transgenerational business. People run it. When they exit this world, their children or their relations run it, they exit. So it's a business that is worth giving it all your best. If you look at Transcorp Hilton, you look at Sheraton, and so many other hotels in Abuja that have stayed up to 30, 35 years. You know, these are some of their systems. And one of the things I want to say very quickly is that going into this hotel industry, please try and introduce what we call fractional ownership. Fractional ownership is a system whereby some of your key employees own part of the business, meaning to say that they own the marketing aspect. They are on commission, not necessarily on salary. So whatever they bring, you can have as many as or as much as 20 marketing consulting outfits that brings business to you. So by so doing, because you know, the proliferation of the industry has come to a point where different hotels cannibalize. You will see one hotel just 1 kilometer, some 500 meters, and all that and all that. So it's difficult to stay in business. So you are forced to give discounts that you are not even ready to give. So you discover that you are managing to keep or maintain the facility. So by the time you are done with it, it is important that you get this interface of people into your system so that you can stay afloat, maintain excellence, maintain sophistication, and whatever unique selling proposition you are bringing on board. Because basically, hotel is about what are you bringing on board. Hotel A is having this, Hotel B is having this. It's the same room, the same television, but what are you bringing on board that is unique to your brand? And of course, you must bear in mind that you need to come up with a system, employee integration system, which means that if you are coming into the hotel industry to stay for a long time, your employee need to understand, or the employees need to understand that they own part of the business. It is not a system where you believe in high labor turnover. Before you know, your brand is beginning to go down and down, and people tend to link your business with Soja Go, Soja Come, that kind of thing. It is not good for a brand that really wants to stay long in the business. In Kaduna, for example, very quickly, there is a hotel called Crystal Garden. Crystal Garden was one of the best hotels in Kaduna then. They had the first indoor swimming pool in Kaduna State was in Crystal Garden, and also one of the best Chinese restaurants. But as I'm talking to you, just within the space of 18 years, Crystal Garden is no more. In fact, they want to sell it. So it is not enough to want to start a hotel business, but it is good you get all the information you need to get alongside any good consultant that you have. And very quickly, as I round up, your architect need to work with your hospitality consultant, even while they are doing a building. There is a hotel in Kaduna called Red View Hotel, just by Command Junction, if you are conversant with this city. When the man started, the foundation of that building, we were right there when they were building the foundation of the building, of the hotel. So that is the way to go. Because sometimes hotel owners or investors just think that they don't need a consultant, so you just get an architect. Before you know, the hotel doesn't even have an office. People are just floating and all that and all that. All these errors can be avoided when you find a good consultant to start with it from your building down to the finishing, and then you open it. And you will last longer in the system without spending too much, you know, having to begin to do damage control and the rest of the thing. So I think that is that on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Napoleon, for doing justice to that. Mr. Charles, would you like to say something about the 7 stars, Mr. Sampson, 7 stars hotel Mr. Sampson talked about? Pastor Samson talk about.
Okay. Thank you, Pastor Sam, for bringing that up. Let me admit that hotels are rated based on one the number of rooms that they are able to have, the game facility that they're able to get, their parking a lot, and the number of halls they have that can take international events and the rest of them. Is that only before now in Nigeria, we don't even have a 5-star hotel, even including the Nikon that we hear all the time. By decoration, they will tell you that it's a 5-star hotel, but it's not. I think we just had one, is it in the VI in Lagos of recent, about 3 or 4 years. Because what makes a hotel in the first place, the 5-star, is that one, you must have a minimum of 100 rooms and above. You must have a minimum of up to 5 or 6 halls that can accommodate so many number of people. You must have a game village. You must have a mini mart. You must have a pharmacy, all in one. It's like just a one-box shop for almost every activity that you need. Having said that, 7-star, we have been hearing about it, but I've not been able to take my time to look at that aspect of it. I do know that you can have such hotel in Las Vegas. That's where you have the best hotel in the whole world. But one, most of those hotels are more of an apartment studios, whereby when you enter your room, you can cook for yourself. You have a dedicated swimming pool to yourself. You can imagine how large such hotel will be. You can have an executive cars, hire services to yourself, and the rest of them. And most of those rooms are suite in nature. But now that you brought that up, I think between now and tomorrow, I should be able to do a research on that and see how many 7-star hotel we have around. But I can bet you with my last couple, we don't have none in Nigeria as of today. Of course, even you mentioned it that I think there's one in Dubai or somewhere like that. So that's how hotels have been classified. Not just not just only the physical appearance, but the services that are being rendered, the type of meal that you are serving. You know, in a 5-star hotel and above, you don't serve hardly you serve a plated service. All your services are buffet service, right from of course your breakfast that is a la carte to any other meal. So those are the things that make that are unique in classifying hotels. I think when we do more research on that, since you are close to our boss, which information will pass across to him, you'll be able to get same as it is delivered. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Charles and Pastor Samson. I want to believe that you were properly served with these answers, and I would like to quickly chip in here. We have 17 hotels that are considered the best in the world. Yeah, 17. And you have Hotel President Wilson, Geneva. You have Hotel Plaza, Athens in Paris, and Emirate Palace, Abu Dhabi. There are about 5 of them I intend to mention. Burj Al Arab Dhabi, Dubai, then others like that. I will take time to anyway, since we have an association now coming up, these are some of the information we'll be reeling out soon, so that even if you are working in a 1-star hotel or whatever hotel you are working in, you have all this information at your fingertips. So you have this global approach to hotel management, not just managing hotel in the Nigerian setting or African setting and not knowing what is happening around you. So Mr. Charles is going to do his own research along that line for 7-star hotels, and I will get the other numbers, the 17 of them, send them to you. I just mentioned some few ones here. They actually exist, but like just what he said, there's none here. Okay, thank you, Pastor Samson. I hope you are okay with our answers.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Please, we're going to take just 2 more questions, then we'll be out of this place so that we can also go and relax for another day. NK 36 km. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, this is a blessing calling from Lagos.
Okay.
The thing is, I was once a receptionist working in an hotel. I think because of my performance, I was promoted to the post of a manager. Are you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, please, a quick one here. My question is, how can I handle a situation where I think we are making sales, like I see the daily report and everything about the company, and each time we want to buy things, each time we want to get things for the hotel, like items that are finished in the store, my boss find it difficult to release money. I don't know how to handle that. And most times when you see us getting things from people, actually we've lost so many of our customers in terms of people that bring things to us, because when we buy things, he finds it difficult to pay, and the hotel is making money. Fine, I see the expenses per week, I see the income, I see how much is remaining. So still I'm still wondering why it's so hard for him to release money to get some things, the necessary things for the hotel, not personal things. So I don't understand. It's really giving me it's an issue for me, because most times when the things we need to get, people start asking, you say it's finished, we don't have this, we don't have that. And my hotel, I don't know, I can still rate it as a 4-star hotel, 10-15 Hotel Lagos. So I don't know if you can just help me, give me some advice, let me know how to handle this situation. It's really disturbing me. Thank you very much.
NK36. Sorry, I didn't get your name. It's
okay,
blessing.
Blessing.
The problem is this issue you are facing is not just peculiar to you, it's common. For a lot of us too that have worked before, consulted for people, or worked with franchisees, we always encounter this kind of problem. And one of the secrets I applied that worked for me is always put the benefit of the hotel before the owner, before making any requests, and the benefit of him, or what he's going to get if he releases funds for that. Take for instance, you let him know that your sales have been dropping because customers have been complaining that they are not getting XYZ product. What the owner of every business don't want to hear, especially hotel, is that they are losing customers or guests. They are losing sales. They don't want to hear that statement. And once you let them know that it is because of this action that they are losing sales, and they are responsible for it. One other big issue most of us have as managers is that some managers don't really know their onions, so they cannot even confront the owner of the business. Some managers don't even know how to tackle the owner of the business. So managers just want to protect their job by telling the owner of the business what he wants to hear. And once the owner of the business starts deciding what happens, when he's not the one running the business, but he's the one telling you what to do, then you are in big trouble. But when you make the owner of the business understand that you know this business and that your decisions will help the business to grow, and you are going to take responsibility if your decisions work the other way around. And once you start seeing that confidence in you, it's just a matter of time. You will start allowing you to do things. And guess what? If your decisions start yielding positive results, you will hardly have problem with such a person. But if most times your decisions don't work or generate negative results, or when you are asked to give an advice on a particular issue, you go here and you go there, and at the end of the day, you leave it for the owner to take decision because I ain't get a business. Make no contact say, I'm spoiling business. No, those kind of comments. It's just a matter of time. You will not get the ears of the owner of the business. I understand that owners of business sometimes can be very stubborn. Take someone like me, for instance. If you're going to be my manager in a hotel, you have to be super good, because there's hardly anything you want to tell me that I don't know about. So for me to allow you to take decisions, it means I can really count on you. And I have seen that if I leave my business for you, my business will do well. It's not easy for you to, I'm also speaking from the angle of the owner of a business. It's not easy for you to commit 20 million, 30 million into a business, and you just want to sit down and people will just tell you, we need 200,000 for this, we need 200,000 for this, we need 50,000 for this, and you just sign all the check. It's not possible. You must scrutinize every single amount you're paying out to the person. And every manager should start thinking like that too. Every manager should start thinking like the owner of a business or hotel, whereby you have business owners that take from their business both profit and capital to do something else. I can assure you that it's just a matter of time, the business will sink. And I always advise managers, don't get to the point where a business will sink down with you. If why the ovation is loudest, if you work with such a person, that is not the end of the road, and that is not the last job you can ever get. If you are good, and you will definitely get another job as soon as possible. Maybe Mr. Charles and Napoleon want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
The boss, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Usually, what I do now, I do capacity building for my hotel managers.
Yeah.
And that's because of my wide experience in hospitality. Over 34 years, it's not a joke. Right from when we left college,
Yeah.
We started this business and we are still here up to now. In the first place, most managers look at it as the owner is doing them a favor by engaging them. The owner is not doing you a favor by engaging you. You are doing the owner a favor by rendering your services to him. But you can come to that full awareness, realization of that awareness when you know what you know your price. I've interviewed a lot of hotel managers when they come for interview when we are consulting, and you ask them, how much do you want us to pay you? They'll tell you anything. I can't go to interview as a hotel manager or as a GM of a hotel. You are asking me how much do you want me to earn, and I'll say anything or as you decide. No. Before I step into that interview, I've already made up my mind, what I'm going to put on the table. So that is how owners, they look at most of the managers that they hire. Boss, you can remember the last hotel I managed before I threw in my towel. It's part of the disagreement of how we should be able to lift the hotel up, and the owner refused. The first thing I did for him, because I am biased in accounts, so it makes it more easier for me to put figures together. I told him that let's operate what we call seeking fund account. Seeking fund account simply means that account, you put a percentage of your daily income into that account. You don't touch it until you have a project that you want to use it for, and you must attach that project. And of course, the owner is the signatory to that account, not you. But judiciously, you should be able to say, okay, 30% of our gross earning on a daily basis should be put into that account. The man refused. You know that he doesn't need such account that, he can put so many hotels. 2 years down the line, we've not seen any other hotel. Generator is packing up. We cannot get money to buy a new generator, become a problem, and that draws attention to it. This is what I was telling you. If we were doing that by now, the money would have come into a level that we can buy a generator without getting loan from anywhere. But that's because I know what it takes to run such a system. That's number one. Number two, have what we call the owner's interference. The first 1 2 years, because you're servicing the facility, because they are new, your overhead is not that much apart from personnel. So the relatives of the owner or the owner think that he can manage the facility just as you are managing, and you begin to bring in issues. That is not just to come and give order to do this and do that, and by the time you go and you leave the job with them, the hotel runs down. Like Napoleon said, someone is selling a hotel that I've survived about 19 years. Any hotel that have survived 5 years should be able to survive eternity. But because we don't have this retainership culture in us, and we don't have this long-term planning, well, let's see what we can get now. Like as my sister rightly said, that when you make sales, you don't look at the money as earned income. No, that money is total earned income. Because out of that money, you need to restock your buy, you need to restock your kitchen, you need to buy your supplies that go into your rooms. You need to refill your gas. You need to repair AC. You need to buy water if your boy, even if your what do you call it, your boy is working. You need to pay your electricity and the rest of them. But they don't know when you set 200,000 a day. They thought that entire money is the money that they have earned. No, you have to sit down with the owner. Let them understand that this is how this business is run. Hotel is different from any other business. If they say that the guest who's in the room is not waiting for your boss to tell you that TV that is bad, you must work. Your guest is not waiting that that water heater in the room must work to take permission from your boss. So your boss you have to make sure that your boss see the business through your eye. And that's what I call ownership. Run a hotel, run other people's business as if you are the owner. Take responsibility, take ownership. How do you do that? You are the company, meaning that everything starts and stops with you. So, but you can only be a company when you know the product, when you are a product of the product. So it takes a lot of self-development, a lot of training, a lot of learning, off and online training for you to reach that capacity. Now, if you have reached that level that we are talking about, when you tell the owner that let's do this and he say no, you tell him the implication of the no. And when it happens, you remind him. This is what I was saying, because you already see it clearly. When you plan, it enables you to see ahead. So you already know where that no that your boss said that is heading to. You get the point? So that is how to handle this ownership interference and the rest of them. But I pity most of us these days because one, there's no job, and when we go to seek for this job, it's as if our life start and end with it. Try to do what our boss is doing now. Try to see that you can earn legitimate income outside that which you are earning from the hotel. And it doesn't even interfere with your job. Learn digital skills. You know, open. You have your Facebook page. Advertise your product. Like these days, I choose where I should work. The boss knows this. I can't walk into any facility and the owner will give me condition. I tell him what I want to earn. I tell him how I want my office to look like. If he don't like it, I move, because my earning does not depend on that hotel. So when you are able to develop your skills to this level, you become 1 in a million. When 10 of you go for interview, before they say Jack Robinson, you are being picked. And because you know that you can stand to defend your position anytime. So it's a problem. And one way to solve that problem is to sincerely ensure that the owners see the vision that you are seeing. And you tell them that, okay, let's do a practical. If at the end of the month, what I'm requesting for, we are not able to get it, this is how it's going to look like. At the end of the month, when he turns out like that, you call him for a meeting. If the man wants his facility to work, he will change. But incidentally, we have so many people that doesn't want their facility to work. I have so many of them in Makodi, in Benue here, that are consulted for. When I go back for a review, the people will be behaving as if the world ends on top of their table. And it's not supposed to be so. I actually sympathize with hotel managers these days. I'm so sorry. But we can do more. One way of doing more is to know more. When you know more, you can do more. And when you do more, you earn more, what do I call it? You earn more trust for you to go on with the facility management. Thank you.
Thank you.
The boss, are you there? The boss. Where has he gone to?
Okay, I'm here.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm done.
Thank you very much for your in-depth analysis and handling that teaching problem, which almost everyone here must have experienced, except if you started as owner of a facility. Yes, which is not too easy to come by. I might not be able to call everybody. Techno Spark 7, Bimbo, Kende Onosanya, Vivo again. I spoke with you today. Am I right? Then, okay, no. Nancy, Infinix Smart 5, NK Blessing, Oppo A53 OM, Opuk Monday Gombiji. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I call these names because their hands are raised and we can't call everybody for me to leave. I have to mention their names so that they know that we appreciate them and we recognize the fact that we are going to take note of them. And since we're going to be in a common group very soon, it will be an avenue for us to ask questions. We'll be having meetings like this, conferences like this, not just training conferences, where we'll discuss, we call experts from different backgrounds, accountants, housekeepers, and from different sections to come and talk to us. And then we can further discuss and rub minds on how to make this profession, this noble profession, better for us. And for those of you that are owners of these businesses, you've heard from the other side. I think you can also take a cue and see how we can make things work for each other and have a happier hotel industry. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send the video in tomorrow morning. And I want to say I sincerely appreciate your time and effort. Dr. Nathaniel Oyeloye. Yes, I can still remember your face. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for being around. So if it is not 8, I can see you, but that is the name I'm saying. Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We shall call it a day, and I hope to see you some other time soon. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mama.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, bye,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.